What's going on, everybody?
I just want to tell you that America is the greatest place on earth. The greatest place on earth. Thank you very much.
All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in to video number 1 on my YouTube channel, Facebook page, whatever it may be. This is a big one. It's a few things to show you today. Actually, a lot of things to show you today, a lot of things to tell you. But first of all, here's the Kart. Obviously, it doesn't look like much at the moment. It's all broken down and no rear wheels. Everything's off of it. But this is my Phantom Phenom that I picked up from a good gentleman out in Redwood Falls, Minnesota. This is an older Kart. It was sitting for a while prior to me picking it up. But we're gonna make her fast. We're gonna make her fast. So on this Kart right now is the clone engine that this Kart came with, I guess. It's an older engine. This is gonna be rebuilt. I'm currently having a clone engine built by Hawk Performance out in Woodville, Wisconsin. Mr. Jake Alton and Mr. Mark Alton. They're working on that at the moment. So new clone will be coming in. I'm also gonna have a new bully clutch. That's gonna be coming from them as well. Another pickup as of today. So here's the body that the Kart came with, just a red plastic, it's got the 11s on it. Ed's Repair, that was one of the sponsors of the Kart prior. Actually, Ed owned that Kart originally. This is the body I picked up today. Obviously it's black, it's fiberglass, unlike this one, which is plastic. Was hoping to get plastic, but this was the option I had for today, and we're getting close, so that's gonna be what I'm gonna go with here for the time being. At some point, I'll probably order another black body, but in plastic, because I probably will take some damage, but obviously we hope that's not the case, because if we're in the front, that won't be a problem. So there's a lot of work to be done on the Kart. As you can see, there are definitely some bruises on this bad boy. It sat for a while prior to me picking it up. Got this thing for a real good price, so, So what am I gonna be doing here to the Kart over the next few weeks? Well, there's a lot to do. Pretty much everything that you see here is going to be replaced. Clone engine coming in. Mr. Mark Alton, Hawk Performance, talked about that already. That'll be coming in. Bully clutch, that'll be coming in. So all of this needs to be replaced. And obviously you can see there's rusting, there's rusting. These are all things that can be replaced fairly cheap thanks to PRC. As you can see, there is a little bit of a dent warp here to the Nerf bar on the left side. Could be straightened, I'm sure, but there's rusting, there's problems with the Nerf bars on both sides, and so thanks to PRC, I believe that these will be replaced. Looking at the website, which is actually up right there right now while listening to the Bristol Dirt Nationals on Race XR, I was looking through what I can do and what I can replace and what can be replaced. These Nerf bars, they still have the ones 1997 to 2015. They have these still. And so perfect. If I can replace these, I'm going to do that. As you can see here, it's a floor pan. There's a hole there. This was driven, on just a grass yard. Hit a rut. Long story short, you can see what happened. This needs to be replaced. As you can see, there's no gas can in it. That is there. This Kart was run with methane prior to me picking it up. And obviously, as you know, in karting right now with the clones, especially in Minnesota, it's all gas. It's all gas. Unless you're running an animal, this is gonna be gas engines. And so that needed to be cleaned, got it all cleaned out. Took some parts off the carburetors, I'm sure you saw. I mean, these karts are way easier to work on than any car that you're racing on dirt right now. And so I can fiddle around with this thing for 5-10 minutes and get 10 things done, unless, because this Kart sat for about 4 years prior to me picking this up, thanks to Mr. Dale out there in Redwood. Great price on this bad boy. There are some bolts and a few other things that got a little rusted on. This is loose right now. It's not that warped. Yeah, so got a lot to do, very little time. PRC will definitely be coming through heavy for us. I'm excited to get to work now. Here's something I have to mention. As of right now, these tires that are on, well, not on the back, obviously they're over there. These tires that were on here were the last tires used for a race when this thing was raced 6 years ago by the former owner of this kart. So these bad boys obviously are going to be practice tires. Same with these. Old, not very good tires. 1 black rim, 3 silvers. You see it. Tires on rim, besides tacks and clutches, are the hottest commodity in the karting world today. Finding brand new tires on rim is impossible unless you're willing to spend $500-$600, and I guess that's just going to be the case. I'm hoping to get 1 set of new tires, 1 set of slightly used, I guess, and that'll do me well for the season. But $500 for a set of tires, that's a check. So, but it's obviously something we're gonna have to do. Being competitive, tires, the setup of the kart, that's how you're fast, being that all of the clone engines are essentially the same. And that's how they want it. You know, they want these engines to pretty much be the same and have you set the kart up and you make it fast. And that's what I'm excited to do with this bad boy. So right now, obviously there's a ton of work to do on the kart, but I'm very excited to get this bad boy going. I'm excited to get it, you know, fixed up, cleaned up, get her going quick. The setup itself is going to be a major thing to tackle. There's a base setup we're getting from PRC. Actually, I have it now. It's just something you can look up online. That we're going to put into this, and then we're going to go from there. But as a newbie, I have a ton to learn. And so, you know, if you're watching this video, you know some things about karting that you want me to know, please drop those down in the comments below, whether it be on YouTube or on Facebook. We have a lot to learn. My father and I, we're kind of the team here, so we have a ton to learn. We have a ton to do, but I'm hoping to get this bad boy going at least by the 17th. At bare minimum, I'd love to be on the track on the 17th, weather permitting, obviously, because Minnesota, you never know. The 17th would be great. If the 10th can happen, you know, God bless, but I may not have that clone engine by then. I may just run with this one that I have on there. It's gonna need to be freshened up. It does. It's just a fact of life. So that's gonna be done. Yeah, you know, so there's a lot to do. There's a lot of stuff to buy yet, and there's a lot of stuff to get on this kart. But it's gonna be an exciting summer. I'm excited to take you all along the ride with me. Now, before I go into the house here and show you all the safety equipment that I've purchased, I'm going to tell you a little bit about just kind of who I am. So I raced go-karts back in the day. My father raced IMCA modifieds, and I raced go-karts at Arlington Raceway in Arlington, Minnesota. Around the age of, I think I was 10, we ended up moving up to Minnetonka, which is in the cities, in the Twin Cities, western suburbs, which is where I reside today. I ended up moving here, played football, played baseball. I was a quarterback on the football team, was a captain, yada, yada. I ended up going to college to play ball. The Lord was kind enough to let me go play some football in college. The career didn't last that long. I had some injuries, the typical story, you know how it goes. Long story short, I ended up doing some political work for our great president, 45, that is, not 46. And luckily enough, I got into contact with a gentleman by the name of Matt Bull. And he was kind enough to allow me and my father to come out to Cedar Lake Speedway and go watch sprint cars there that night. And I'll never forget walking up to that speedway, smelling the sprint cars running, smelling the methane, and just getting that itch, just getting chills, and just needing that more than anything. And so this is step one for us to get there. I've been out of dirt track racing for over 13 years now, going on 14. So this is going to be a good step for us. The inevitable goal for me is to get myself into a sprint car or a modified, preferably a sprint car, but the Lord doeth what the Lord wanteth. So we'll see what happens. It's in my blood, and by the grace of God, everything came full circle. And so I'm very excited to get back on the dirt, and I'm excited to follow my father's footsteps inevitably and get myself into some sort of big block car. That'd be the goal. So now let's head inside here and I'll show you some of the stuff I've bought already. All right, so as you can see behind me here, pretty much kitted up for the season when it comes to safety equipment. Here's a suit. The simple stuff, you know, like brace, shoes. But these two here, pride and joy. This is the helmet, G-Force, matte black. I think this thing looks sick. Perfect fit, didn't have to adjust really anything. The only thing I'm missing is the anti-fog shield. Gotta pick me up one of them because this bad boy fogs up real bad. So, suit here, Alpine Stars. First, actually, I'll just show gloves. They're just ATV gloves, whatever. They'll be white for 5 minutes. Look cool though. Something my dad and I get into arguments about a lot is looking good versus being fast. And I understand looking good doesn't make you fast, but I also want to look good while racing. So here's a suit. Alpine Stars, full suit, rider protected, all up to code. So everything is good there. I can run unless, you know, I was trying to get into some late model or something and go race at Bristol, which not, I can pretty much go run anything and be just fine. So, yeah, so that's all the safety equipment I have at the moment. Nothing crazy, nothing super expensive. The helmet obviously is the most expensive thing I have. But I don't have a $200 head, so I'm not gonna buy a $200 helmet. It's the classic line that I've heard, and stick to it. So, yeah, but the aesthetics, they'll all go together. So I know filming's kind of been all over the place today, but this is gonna do it for video number 1. This is kind of what I got going so far throughout the week. I'm gonna try to update you as we get stuff done. I post a video or 2 this week. Leading up into testing on the 10th of April and the 17th of April as well. So, thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you soon. Comment, like, subscribe, like the Facebook page, all that stuff. Videos will be coming out pretty often. So.
I just want to tell you that America is the greatest place on earth. The greatest place on earth. Thank you very much.